With the upcoming release of bison in Street Fighter 6, many players, myself included, are extremely excited to play him again. Yes, boy! It appears that a couple of Bison's moves are performed with charge inputs, as is usually the way with this character, and for some, this is a massive turnoff and reason to not bother trying him at all. Street Fighter characters traditionally perform their special moves in one of a few ways. Input characters perform their specials by inputting a motion like a quarter circle, half circle, dragon punch or 360 input, then an attack button, such as Ryu, Ken and Zangief. Charge characters, however, perform their special moves by charging back or down for a certain number of frames, then pressing the opposite direction and an attack button, such as Guile and Balrog. There are also mash and held specials too, but we aren't talking about those today. You also have hybrid input and charge characters who have a blend of both styles, such as Urien, Necalli and Chun-Li. Characters have also had inputs changed to be more of a hybrid style in SF6, such as Blanca, Honda and DJ. But why do some people see charge inputs as a hurdle and turn around and leave when they see them like they've seen the devil? In this video, I'll be explaining how to play a charge character and how you can implement these moves into your repertoire to expand your Street Fighter horizons, and not have to worry about any kind of special or super move input in the future. This is obviously a video aimed at people of a lower skill level or with limited knowledge of Street Fighter, so if you have no trouble using charge inputs, then you might not learn anything new here. So without further ado, let's get started. First things first, you need to get comfortable with your directional inputs. You'll be going from back to forward and down to up, so being able to do this smoothly without having too many mistakes is important. Thankfully, newer Street Fighter games are quite lenient when it comes to inputs, so you shouldn't have too much trouble here. Next, pick a character who uses these inputs. An easy choice is Guile, and I'll be using his SF6 iteration since it's the most relevant here to the subject. He has both a back-forward charge move, his Sonic Boom, and a down-up charge move, his Flash Kick, so it's a good way to learn these moves. Okay, let's understand how back charge moves work in this game. Holding back for 45 frames will give you the charge needed for the move, then forward and pressing a button within 10 frames will perform it successfully. You can charge moves during any moment of the match, even while you're in an animation of another move, a throw, or even before the round starts. Try walking backwards for a couple of seconds, then forward and punch. Keep doing this until you feel like you're getting the hang of throwing booms comfortably. Once you're feeling more confident, try charging another boom immediately after throwing one, and then repeat until you get a hang of the timing and you can throw them repeatedly. It might take some getting used to, but with practice it should become fairly easy over time. You can perform back charge moves with any back input, whether that be a down back or an up back, it still charges the move all the same. So if you don't want to lose any ground by walking backwards, you should get used to charging from a down back position also. Next, we'll be covering down-up charge moves. Same deal, hold down for 45 frames or more, then press up and kick to perform Guile's Flash Kick. It's important to do this before Guile jumps, as you obviously cannot perform this move once the character is airborne. A tip to get up and kick at the same time would be to see your directional inputs not as a separate control method, but as buttons instead, just like your attacks. Go from your down charge to pressing both your up and kick buttons together, rather than up and then kick. Again, I would suggest trying to repeat flash kicks until you can do them repeatedly without making a mistake. Congratulations, you learned how to do charge moves, but how do you use this outside of doing the moves raw, such as in combos and things like that? Firstly, I would recommend getting comfortable with normals into special cancels in general. If you're not, play a little more and try to understand how simple Street Fighter BNBs work to get a feel for this. Once you're happy with how normals into specials feel, let's practice again with Guile. His crouching medium punch is special cancelable and combos into both Sonic Boom and Flash Kick, so let's use that. Hold down in front of the opponent and then use crouching medium punch, and then cancel the recovery with the Flash Kick or Sonic Boom you learned earlier. Again, keep doing this until you feel like you can't drop it. Next, let's go one step further and practice the move from a jump forward heavy kick. This may seem tough at first, but there are tricks to get it down. Immediately after jumping, move your directional input to down back. This will not only start your charge, it will get you in position for the crouching medium punch right away. Keep trying this, as with everything in all fighting games, practice makes perfect. Once you feel comfortable with these simple combos, you can expand on them and try doing techniques like standing button, then immediately charging down for your follow-ups. Okay, so how about supers? These are usually done with charge back, then forward, then back again, then forward again, and an attack button. So far, these are the only charge input supers in SF6, but in the past, there were also down back, down forward, up forward charge moves in earlier titles. Again, the best advice I can give for these is to really get comfortable with your directional inputs and practice going from back to forward repeatedly without accidentally pressing up, as this will obviously make the character jump, therefore interrupting the command. To improve, it is also important to get these super inputs from cancelled normals, and the input will be a lot faster than a simple flash kick or sonic boom follow-up, for example. So please keep practicing until you can get a smooth input. Okay, so how about combos which require multiple charge moves, or better yet, combos which require charge moves back to back? There have been many characters with combos like this in Street Fighter history, and they're still around today, like with Guile's flash kick into level 3 combos. There's usually always a trick to do these, but most of the time it comes with just thinking logically. If you need to do a down-up charge move into a back-forward charge move, then just think about it. If you go from down-back to up-back, you still have your charge for the super. These combos can seem insanely tricky at first, but just take your time and practice it step by step. The rule of thumb here is to always go for maximum charge time whenever you can. So unless your character has some kind of specific command or input that breaks this charge that you need to use in the combo, you want to be trying to go for this wherever possible to make things easier for yourself. Try this with the other characters aside from Guile as well to get a feel for how charge moves work in this game, and in no time you should be ready for Lord Bison to grace us in just a couple of weeks. Remember that one of the downsides of playing a charged character in fighting games is that not only can opponents remove your back charge by using techniques like cross-ups and corpse hops, it can also become quite obvious when you're charging, and opponents at higher level may be keeping track of this by identifying when you're holding back or down and use this to their advantage. If you're just starting out though, I wouldn't worry about any of that and just focus on getting your moves to come out when you want them. Overall though, I don't think this needs to be a super long video or anything like that, but I hope it helped some players get used to charge moves in Street Fighter. I am going to be playing a ton of Bison when he releases over on my stream, and I'll be uploading guides and other content for him right here on my YouTube, so stop by and let's see Shadaloo rise in Season 2 of SF6. I've been Tyrant and I'll see you in the next stream or video. Take care guys, I'm out of here.